Do you think you have realistic standards for the men that
No.
you see as potential?
No.
Okay, continue.
No,
Why not?
I don't.
You don't have realistic or you don't have unrealistic standards?
I don't have realistic standards.
Okay.
Why not?
She's like,
Okay,
no.
what does this man have to
How much
do?
do I have to pay you for this session?
So tell me about your ideal guy. What does he look like? What does he make? What does he do?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I would have to be attracted to him. And, like, I don't know. I like guys who are taller than I am, who are muscular. Like, I'm gonna say all these things that are completely unrealistic, but like, and are stereotypical. You know,
Like what?
so he's tall,
Sam.
he's muscular, makes a lot of money, he's alpha, he takes charge, but yet he also doesn't take charge and lets me do whatever I want. Like has traditional values, but also doesn't have traditional values. Like,
Let's back up. What do you mean?
Completely.
What do you mean? Let you do whatever you want? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just
Being
I don't know
facetious.
what I mean by that. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But this doesn't seem to bother you. This seems like
What?
you're okay with having like these extremely high standards and like it's fine either way if you have a guy or not, which I guess is okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I am.
But like marriage is not a big deal to you. Like having kids is not on your radar.
I think marrying a man who doesn't fit my unrealistically high standards sounds worse than being single to me.
I mean, yeah, that's at least we agree with. I mean, we know that women think like that. It's not often that we have one that actually says it.
Kids to that situation, having kids with one of those men, and that sounds even worse.
So you're good with staying single forever. That if a guy doesn't meet your titaneously high standards.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, I don't know what else to say to that. I guess okay. Like, I mean,
yep. I've compromised so many times at this point in my life, and every single time I'm not happy. It doesn't end well. So why waste my time?
But where do you think these come from? Like, why such high standards? Like, why do you think that? Where does this come from? Like, why is this what you settle on?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even thinking about standards at this point. Like I set high standards for myself and I'm currently trying to achieve those. Like previously in my life, I think I ascribed to these like certain timelines or certain things that you had to do. You had to get married and have a certain number of kids and da 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 da. And I like, compromise things about my life to like achieve these standards that were like imposed upon me by society. And then like at a certain point, it's just like, why do I keep on doing this or doing that so that I can fit into this type of mold? And then like at the end of the day, the things that I'm compromising are the very things that I'm not happy with. And then ultimately end up losing the thing that I'm trying to achieve. So it's like, if I'm compromising something to be in a relationship, but they end up losing the relationship because of that compromise, then maybe I should just stop compromising.
Last question for Catherine. What was your relationship with your dad like growing up?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I have weird, like daddy. I have like a couple different fathers, but my actual
issues.
Father is more like my uncle. And my uncle was more like my father. Like in the actual traditional sense of it.
But would you say you had a strong relationship with a virtuous, strong, masculine man growing up in the house? You learned how to respect men. You were shown lessons by these men. You were put on the right path by these men, or what was that relationship like?
I think that like the one who'd be like showing me lessons and like being there for me was more my actual uncle, and then my dad was more of like my like the fun one who like I went and like. But I mean, I respected them, sure. But certainly my family in general was very matriarchal. Like even on the.
So he didn't run the show. Your mom did.
My grandma ran the show.
So the man was not the alpha in your household.
Correct.
Okay, that's the answer I'm looking for.
That's not totally true. So it was always like the head and the neck, I would say. So it's like, the women are controlling everything, but it's like with the man, at the head and the neck, I would say. Like
I hear that a lot,
man
and
is the head of the household,
I
but
hear
the
that a
woman is
lot.
really controlling everything.
Yeah, but I hear that a lot, and no one's ever been able to tell me what that means. Like, what does that mean that a woman's the neck?
The neck controls what the head does.
The way I understand
but
it,
make that hold on, but like make that saying make sense for me practically. Like, what does that mean? How does that manifest itself in reality, not just a euphemism?
Happy wife, happy life.
Okay, I'll tell you. So, let's say my uncle, for example, had a construction company. He's the owner of this construction company. He goes to work every day. He goes to job sites. But what made that construction company run? My grandma. She scheduled all the meetings. She did all the bids. She told my uncle where to go, who to be. Like, it's just like
It's a mistake.
I have something I want to say about that too, because I realized, like, with my line of work, well, not my line of work, but like when I used to work at certain jobs, I'll notice that, how can I say this? Okay, when I worked at a high-end gym, I noticed that the people who were able to afford the memberships at that gym, they would have their wives handle the bills and the memberships and things like that. And like, I had one lady come up to me at one point and said, "Oh, I want to purchase personal training sessions for my husband." And then that's when she like commented, I handle everything for my husband." So what is your take on it, Muffin Spencer? Like, what's your take on that? When it comes to like a marriage, like the woman handles like the bills and then the man handles everything else.
No. There's no reason. If you want to lose half your shit and you want to
What?
put your marriage in extreme risk, bring your wife into your business and make her a part of it. There's really no reason that should happen.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.